Hey guys, what's going on? It is me, Luke, back again with another video. I know I probably have horrendous glare in my glasses right now, but unfortunately I'm out of contacts for the time being, so I gotta wear these hideous glasses. So I'm gonna just tilt my head up like this so you don't see that glare. But anyway, it's been about a month since my last video, and that is because I've been working on something very hard, and I've really not had a lot of time to sit down and edit a video, put it up, because I've really been into this costume that I'm about to show you the progress of right now, and that is Robin. Now, I've always wanted to do a Robin costume, but so many people have done Robins that for a while I kind of just didn't get into it because I feel like I couldn't bring something new to it. But I'm happy to say that I feel like I have brought something new to the look of Robin, and I'm really happy with what I've made so far. So without further ado, you saw a little glimpse of it in the beginning, but I'm gonna go through step by step on the different pieces I've done and how I made them, and then at the end I'm gonna do a suit up of what I have so far and kind of show you the costume. So first, let's start off with the chest armor. So here is the chest armor, and it is all mounted onto this black vest, and I also have the shoulders on here too. I'm going to get into those right after, but here is the chest armor. It fits right on here. Huge shout out to Master Lehman on Etsy. I got this base chest plate from him, and it came all black, and I'll get into right now what I've done to it. As you can see, I've added bullet holes to it. There's one here, there's also one right here. I added the R that is made of EVA foam, very thin foam. It's my own design of the Robin R. I'm really pleased with how that came out. Robin has those little gold tabs on his suit, or yellow. I replaced all the yellow on this suit with gold. I just feel like it's more practical, because this whole suit is like a practical, real-life version of what Robin would wear maybe in the DCEU. But these I just found at a craft store, and they're just hair barrettes that I spray painted gold, and I added little doohickeys on the side to act as maybe fasteners or clasps, like it's a actual clasp holding this chest piece together. I sprayed the whole thing in a nice darkish red, and then added a dirty black wash on top of that after adding scratches and big hunks taken out using a Dremel. I just kind of scraped those along everywhere, and then I highlighted all the edges with some nice silver paint. And I'm really digging how this came out. He has this cool little neck guard here, which I just kept black. I think it looks good. And then these are actually what the cape fastens onto. And on the back of those, I just have some Velcro, if you can see that there. And then the bottom of it, I made these out of EVA foam as well. These are just continuations of the abs. So, there's the same sort of detail added in, and I kind of try to replicate the screws up here on there by just dremeling in with a circle sanding bit, and then making it look kind of like screws, and then just, I'm still getting used to working with foam, but I'm kind of happy with this overall design. I think it looks really nice. Now, the shoulder pieces, the shoulders are actually knee pads that I found at Walmart. They're like foam, cheap working knee pads, and I put a little buckle on them, a little gold buckle, and they wrap around my upper armpit area. There is a bullet hole right here on this one, and just a lot of weathering. I used the same red paint on the side here, added the same wash to it. And then on the other side, this one is the exact same. I have a bullet hole there because I wanted the armor to be bulletproof, so I wanted bullet marks in it to show that effect. And this is just the same on this side. And I just cut a little bit of foam to cover up the logo that was on it. And it fits really well, and I really like it. Really like it. So now I'm going to show you the gauntlets. So you guys might be familiar with these already. I use these for my Red Hood, my Red Hood 2.0. If we just come in and take a look at these, I added a little bit more scraping detailing along the actual fins on them, and they're a little bit more scraped up, especially on the inner part here. Same with this side, just very, it's supposed to look like they've gone through a lot of, wear and tear, lots of little details here and there. These fit on really, really well, and I really like them, and I figured why get a new pair of gauntlets when I could just repurpose the ones I already have, because they look great. I really like them. Here are the gloves. These are just the same gloves I used for my Nightwing. I just accented the knuckle guards a little bit and the little finger stud things with a little bit of silver paint, just to, you know, add a little more realism to them, because I mean they're originally just all black, and that doesn't really, I mean, it's a little inconsistent with the rest of the weathering on the suit. So these are shown to look like they've, you know, gone through some battles and he's punched some things. I was gonna put some blood on them, like dried blood, but that I think that's a little bit too much. Here are the elbow pads that I have for Robin. So these are just regular, you know, cheap from Amazon, just black elbow pads. Literally painted these in about a minute. I just put a little bit of silver paint on a paper towel and lightly just scraped that paint across all the raised areas on them, just to highlight them and make them look like they're actually metal. And I added some detail with a Dremel. I kind of shaved in some scratches and scraped them up a little bit, just to be consistent with the rest of the costume's weathering. So those are the elbow pads on the little clips. I put some, or not clips, but the strap holders, I guess. I put a little silver paint on those as well, just to make those look like they're metal. Now I want this Robin to be sort of customizable. I don't want it to be a specific version of Robin. If it were going to be, it would be Dick Grayson, but I want to be able to give different looks to the suit. So for the Dick Grayson look, I have this nice army green tactical shirt. It has a very high collar and really nice tactical feel to it. So this color green really goes well with the darker red I have on the suit. I didn't want to go with like super bright colors, but I wanted to keep the color scheme of like the Teen Titans Robin, but dull it down a little bit and make it look a little more realistic and not as, you know, harsh on the eyes. So this is the shirt that will be going underneath the armor. Now let's get on to the cape. So here's the cape. You'll see a better look at it when it's actually on me, but it is sewn by me. It's a big, very, very wide half circle cape that I cut myself. It's gold on the inside with this nice kind of texture on it, and then it's black on the other side. It's like a black screen printed stretch fabric. It looks a little bit like leather, and it's very heavy, and it falls very nicely, and it swings around. You'll see when I wear it that it looks really, really nice. But I heavily weathered the bottom of it, if you can see that. I wanted to emulate kind of like the Batfleck cape, where it's very torn up and tattered on the bottom and it has dirt on it. So the whole bottom is kind of ripped up and tattered like this, and on the inside as well with the gold bits, it's like that. I wanted it to look very sort of used, and I wanted it to look, because it's short, so if I put the camera down a minute, you'll be able to see. I'll put it up around my shoulders. It doesn't reach the floor. It's supposed to look like it's maybe snagged on something and it tore it off a little bit. That's why the bottoms are uneven. It's supposed to look like it's very ripped and torn, like if he's been crouching or moving around, it's caught on something and ripped it shorter. Because I like Robin to have a shorter cape than Batman, not like a big long cape that touches the floor. Plus it's a little more comfortable to wear, so you're not accidentally stepping on it or anything. But again, it flows very nicely. It spins well. You can see the dirt on it on the bottom. It looks really nice, and it flows very nicely. When I am wearing it, it's a little bit further back on my shoulders. Again, you'll see later, but it's more like this. So it gives a nice sort of regal look, but it keeps out of the way of the rest of the armor, so you can still enjoy all that, and then you got the cape swinging around behind it. I'm really happy with it, and it does fan out, so I'm holding it with this hand, but with both hands I can fan it out, kind of swoop it around, do things with it. I really like it, and it's the first thing I've ever really sewn this, you know, complex and this big, so I'm really happy with how it looks, especially this nice sort of trim along the outside. I really, really do like how that came out, and it's very even on both sides, and it has weathering to it. I need to weather this bit a little more because I'm under studio lights, but it looks a little too clean compared to the rest of it. And then lastly, I guess I'll just show the weapon I made for him, because Robin, of course, needs a weapon. And what is Robin without a bow staff? This is the exact same method I used as my Nightwing Eskrima sticks, except this is a lot longer. As you can see, it's just below my chin, so it's fairly long. It's very fun to spin around. I've been practicing my skills with staffs, so I mean, if you're gonna be Robin, you gotta be Robin. But it's wrapped in electrical tape to give it a really kind of nice ribbed texture. And then the ends are just random bits from Home Depot. Just random pipe sections that I painted to look like the end of a staff. And I dry brushed it silver. And then I took some silver paint on a paper towel and just kind of rubbed it all along the handles of the staff, and it's connected with this little piece just to give it more texture and make it look more like a metal staff and not just plastic. The only metal part on it is just this little connector in between here, and I did film the process of making this, so I will be posting that soon as well, but that's the wrong way. This is the staff for Robin, and I'm really excited to walk around with this because I wasn't sure how it was going to come out, but I'm very, very pleased with it. So now, without further ado, I'm going to try on everything I've made so far, and I'll show you what we're working with. In the next video I do on this suit, I'm going to be going over the lower section of the costume, like the pants I'm going to wear, the belt, the knee pads, and the boots. The boots are awesome. I can't wait to show those, but let's get into the upper section. So when I do wear the finished costume, the belt is going to go right here. I might extend these abs a little further down because it does look a little bit squished up. I mean, I have a very long torso compared to my legs, so my abs are very long, but I want my belt to you know, be a little bit higher up on my waist. So I might extend these a little bit, but keep the same design with these coming out. And I'm going to add some more paneling here just to kind of continue the red up more. But overall, I'm really pleased with how this is coming out so far. I really do quite like the way that these little gold accents on the shoulders look compared to the rest of the suit. I like the bullet holes on them. Again, here are those gauntlets with a lot of the details on them. Elbow pads. And I'm going to have the same sort of pads on my knees, but the actual metal part is going to be painted green, like a nice same green as the shirt. You can see the nice, you know, the way it kind of flows and it looks like it was ripped, if you can hear me. The way it extends, I really like it. So guys, thank you so much for watching. The suit still needs a lot of tweaks here and there just until it's finished, but this is, you know, the prototype showcase that I wanted to bring to you guys. So stay tuned for the next video where I really cover the bottom half of the costume, and then I might have 2 or 3 more videos leading up to the full final reveal of Robin. So stay tuned for those, and this is Fucus 101 signing out.